Hello everyone, I'm Greylock, thank you for joining me, and welcome back to episode 117 of Krastorio. And we just realized that we basically have, well, almost enough matter stored to power our intergalactic transceiver. We just need 20 of these antimatter reactors. So maybe we should just get that production going. I'm not sure we have enough of those. Actually, I'm pretty sure we don't have enough of those, but let's find out. Where are we producing them though? Right here? Yep. Let's just get some more. So this is slow. Obviously. But that's fine, we can leave that running. I sort of want to try to just put this down, see what happens. But maybe we should bring laser turrets? Maybe laser turrets are not a good idea. Because they require power, of course. I'm not sure what happens when we put this down. If spiders will attack us, or if it's just a matter of losing all power. So let's just be a bit prepared. And where is our ammunition? Do we not have that anymore? Oh yeah, right here. More. And let's go. So yeah, we only need to keep this running at full power for 500 seconds. Which is what? A bit over 8 minutes? Between 8 and 9 minutes. And how much can we currently produce? 18 gigawatts out of the 60 needed. Let's try and put this down. Hopefully we can just remove it again. Let's put it here. That should be easy to unpower if we need it. Okay, so it actually don't just take everything from everything else. Everything else is still running. It's just not charging as fast as it should be. So this is enough to keep it charging. Then how little power would you need for it to lose its charge? This is turning out to be less of a challenge than I was hoping, unless I just get overrun by biters in a second. And don't lose control of the singularity. If the charging process is interrupted, the accumulated energy will be dispersed fast. So I guess an interruption is just this. Energy is still there. Now it's going down though. Okay, so it's going down in chunks. Okay, so we just need to keep the power production up, obviously, and not lose the connection to it. Okay. And it's not creating pollution, more than we can handle at least. So I guess we can just scale up our power production. Dang, this is loud. So that's 20, right? Yep. And just 4 more for redundancy, I guess. This is already more than 1/30th done. And we're now producing 26 gigawatts. Hopefully we can get all of our antimatter reactors up and running before the transceiver is done. But then we can just build another one, I guess, and power that up. It seems like we get power from this when it's done. Or is the max output lying? Maybe it's not. Oh well. We don't know. But we do know we need more reactors. And more reactors need more input. So let's find better inserters. What? We made superior long inserters. God dang it. I'm stupid sometimes. A lot of the time. Do we have everything we need here? Yeah. Well, that has been a waste of resources. Well, the same speed, so we could just put more in. We lack steel though. And we lack coke. That's a sad trickle of coke right there. I guess we just need to make more coke at our robot production area. So this is our production, and it's not very fast, of course. Maybe we should try some stuff that we haven't tried yet. That would require an advanced furnace, so maybe we can get that done, probably not though. What else is in here? Advanced assembling machine, advanced chemical plant. Well. Make coke, please. Well. Is that enough? We make 6 coke every 16 seconds. Multiplied by some number. This needs 2 coke every 16 seconds. So that should be enough to power 3 times this many steel furnaces. That's fine then. Hopefully we have wood here. And I'm not using it all to make matter, I guess. So I guess we are using a lot of it for matter, but let's shut that one off then. And hey, let's utilize some of this free resources. Come on. Oh, funny. Do we need to produce more wood here as well? And, I mean, it's not like we have a lot of other stuff to do. Please don't be done soon. 6 terajoules. So 20% done. Do we have greenhouses available? I don't know. Let's not use the space down here for wood. Hopefully someone is delivering these. Oh, actually, let's not do it like that. Screw that. We need to make these fast though for them to make a difference. Where are my pumps? There they are. They do not transfer this stuff, unfortunately. So we need pipes, of course. We obviously want beacons in here. We also need an output. Or I guess we can just do this in the interest of getting more beacons in the middle. Full beacon coverage, I guess. Sure. Oh. How are we going to power the beacons though? Dang it. We need to move these a bit further apart then. Get rid of this out there. It's ugly. Now a beacon in the middle here should still be able to reach everything, right? On both sides of these. Wait, are these not affected by beacons? At That's weird. What do these count as then? You can't put modules in them either. What? Well, then this is a huge waste of space. Can we do anything then? Guess we still need more wood. Oops. Do we have robot? Can I speak even? We do have robot coverage, at least for the construction of these. So we need more than this though. Come on. I guess we can just put down more robots. I mean, we can even fit some of these in. So why not? all of this just to produce coke, to produce steel, to produce antimatter reactor, I guess. Still no wood in the system. Hey, we got advanced furnaces now. Nice. Where is the advanced? Right there, of course. Okay. Let's speed up because we can. Then we have better coke production. That should be good for our steel production. And that should be good for our antimatter reactor production. Good. Let's try building these advanced furnaces. We need to upgrade this. At least I want to upgrade it. Good. So we can go and put down 6 more, or we can wait a bit longer, 7 more. Steel still seems to be the problem. But let's go put down these. That should be a nice increase. From 21 gigawatts to 42, I guess. But oh dear. I feel like we've had some close ones recently. Or a lot of close ones. What an ominous sound. Oh, we need robopod coverage. Where are the large robopods? There they are. That doesn't cover a lot. How about if we put it into logistics mode? Covers everything then, good. So we are now up to 42 gigawatts from these. Nice. Oh, and it is now consuming 41 of those gigawatts itself. Nice. How close? A bit over halfway there. Okie doke. Actually, we should probably have brought our empty antimatter fuel cells. So maybe we should just do that now, even though it's just running back and forth. I also want to play a bit with those. Maybe we should do that first. So are we out of iron now? Yup. Really? Are we just entirely out, or are we using it? Well, we're not full at least. Oh, okay, so we are out actually. Basically. I guess that makes sense that one train can't keep up with just the 2 purple belts at least. Or 4 green belts. I guess we should just start mining some more iron if we want to act like we're not about to finish this playthrough, basically. 23 of 30. Well, we're not here to not play Factorio, so why not just go build the... Dang it, I forgot the empty fuel cells again. I think we should just go and make a iron outpost depot. Outpost, I guess. Again. And then I guess we will just win while doing that. Unless we disconnect it and lose all of the charge, of course. Nah. There's no real reason to overkill it like that, I guess. I want to see what happens anyway. Where's some iron? Right there. That's a good spot. Do we have rail? At least some. I think that is enough, but let's go deliver this empty antimatter stuff. And the one antimatter reactor, I guess. The small improvements. Maybe we should stay around here until this is finished. Just because I want to see if something nice happens. Flowers might come out, I mean. Could also do something just for the sake of it. Sometimes you just gotta do useless stuff. Stuff that doesn't make sense. Yay! Success. Time made 62 hours, okay. Go get a life. Anything exciting here? Not really. I killed a fast inserter apparently. 2 characters, aka me. 2 cargo. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Fine. So, how about this? Now it outputs 10 gigawatts. Nice. Free power. So that's nice for large-scale bases, I guess. You need some of these to power up the first ones of these, but then you can just go ham, I guess. Good to know. Well, is there anything else we need to do in this series? I wanted to see these advanced furnaces. How fast are they? Crafting speed 12. That's a lot. Let's just go have a bit of fun with those. So we're still low on iron, okay. How many modules can these take, I wonder? 4? So they can get twice the productivity boost, and they are a lot faster. They are, of course, also larger. More than 4 times as big. Well, iron isn't the one. Iron isn't the one thing we're going to try this out with, but what can we smelt here then? Just steel or coke, I guess. Wood and coal. Are we actually out of coal at this point? Nope, we are completely backed up. It makes no sense to build this way, but now we're doing it. You will be steel. So yeah, at least the thing that we can put in more productivity modules means that we can get more resources from all of this. Just for the fun of it, let's try removing all of that. And then I guess we need to try this. How many can we get to affect each of these? Oh, it sucks a bit that they are an uneven amount of spaces for blocks. Tile wide. But we will manage, I guess. So now it can't get enough stuff. And that produces too much stuff. These need to be upgraded as well, I guess. Let's upgrade the request for these as well. So if this produces 6 in the same time that this consumes 2, then we should be able to have 3 of these. Oops, that's not right. That's not right. What to do with these? Okay. That's better. So we're probably producing more steel now than we were before, I think. That might not be true though, but at least it seems like we're using all of the wood that we can get at this point. Or maybe not, maybe it's just this inserter. Do we have fast inserters yet? Or better inserters? Superior? Good. Still not able to keep up, really? Good, so now it can. Now we can't get enough iron for these though. Well, we are expecting 1200 to be delivered. They're just not arriving, so I guess we request more. How are our robots doing? They cannot keep up, so that's probably part of the reason. We have more though. Not a lot, but... we still don't have enough. Oh, but yeah, these are okay, nice. It's just you can't put them in as a replacement for the normal furnaces because they're that much larger. So you have to make an entire new setup for it, which is a bit annoying. But oh well. Let's talk a bit about this mod, because there's honestly a lot of things about it that I like. If we start at the beginning, I think we started somewhere around here. Over here, of course. Yeah, right here. This was our start. Wind turbines as power production to begin with. That's pretty nice, to be honest. Whether or not it's very effective, or you should just go in directly to steam production or steam power production, I don't know. But I think you're forced to at least work off of these for a while. For the first couple of tech levels. The tech cards I like, obviously. More tech levels is always nicer. I don't really like that they are not used all the way through though. I mean, we're not producing up to and including this blue one, I think, anymore. Because we don't need it for any more researches. I think that's a bit annoying, because then you set up production for it, and then at some point you just have to remove it, or you don't have to remove it, you can just leave it, but there's no point to it anymore. And a build that has no point is just annoying, to me at least. I find that annoying. Let's remove that all that red stuff. Let's just see, I want to confirm that we're not producing the blue stuff either. No, yellow is the first one and then purple. Yes, these two. I also like some of the power stuff. I don't really like that well, maybe it's just me that got into each tier of it. I set up this stuff and then I could build this suddenly, and it was just so much easier to handle, I guess. And then you get up to these, and then everything before that is just redundant. And I like that you can get free power at the end, I guess, but that's just because it's zero maintenance. But yeah, that at least is something that will allow you to make huge builds without too much consideration for power, I guess. Other than that you need some extra power every time you need to put one more of these down. You can't do it as a as a saving grace that you are almost out of power and then you put one more down to save you, but if you're a bit prepared, then you could just go for eternal or infinite free power, I guess. And it's not even that big, so at least not compared to the nuclear power. How many of these could you fit into this area? A lot is the answer, of course. And they produce more, I guess. These only produce 3 gigawatts, I think, each, or combined. And this produces 10. So yeah, that's also some stuff. I really like the filters that you can preemptively defend against the biters. That you don't have to make long walls of turrets that will get destroyed anyway, because they can't kill the biters before they can get scratched off. So that's something I really like. That would be nice in vanilla, to be honest. Of course, it adds management of filters, but to be fair, it's not that bad. You just need to get filter in, have a way to clean them, or get the dirty filters out and transport them to somewhere else where you can clean it. Obviously, I didn't bother to process this dirty water, but that would have been able to get us more iron or more copper if we wanted, which is honestly obviously a bonus. I obviously also spent a lot of time on this bus, and I think, well, I guess we basically wasted a lot of time with that. We could have gone for robot production a lot earlier, but I wanted to have some fun with it, and I think at some point we are going to do a huge bus in vanilla or something like that, just to make pretty setups that you can just put down more of if you want to. Yeah, so that is something I've thought about. All of the extra fluids in this mod I actually didn't find as overwhelming as I thought I would. So I guess it's just a matter of, well, taking one at a time. I have an idea that Angels mods, if anyone's heard about those, are a lot worse with the biochemical stuff. Because it seems like there's always 2 inputs and 2 outputs or something like that that you need to balance and so on, which can be a pain. But then when you can just burn off any excess, then it's fine, right? I'm just wondering, we're burning off something somewhere. Yeah, so this does not produce any resources, right? Nope. Okay, so that's always nice. I would like a valve though, an overflow valve or something like that, instead of having to circuit up a pump. But that's just minor stuff that you get spoiled from Bob's mods. But yeah, overall, it's just a nice little add-on, not a little, a big overhaul of vanilla Factorio. That adds some nice stuff, I think at least. Obviously, if I restarted it now, I would make a lot more space for my buff bus to have more resources, like rare metals. I would want a lot more components at the start of the bus and so on. So all of this could be a lot more orderly, I guess. But that's just retrospect. You can always improve that. It's also nice that the launching rockets isn't the end of the game, basically, or at least the end game. That you can do that for science, but then you can move on and do other stuff. So it's refreshing, I guess. even Bob's mods doesn't really add anything to the late game other than better or more effective production facilities, I guess. So that's basically all. And then it just adds more intermediates for the full game, of course, so it delays the end game a bit, but not by that much, I don't think. And it doesn't add anything to after rockets. Anything else? I'm just seeing if I can stumble upon some stuff. The fuel stuff. I'm okay with having to make fuel from my oil things. That's fine. That's just a replacement for the normal rocket fuel. This rocket, or that you have 3 different rocket fuel recipes, I think that just confuses you more than it gives you opportunity, to be honest. At least I didn't care to really explore which one of them would be best for me, because I just didn't know what I was looking for at that point. Also, biofuel and advanced fuel. I guess it makes the vehicles faster. Biofuel actually seems to be slower. 80% acceleration and 90% top speed. But advanced fuel, well, it does require immersite powder though. And when you get to actually processing immersite, then you're pretty close to the end game. I guess if you wanted to keep going after getting the intergalactic transceivers, then it would be nice with faster trains, of course. Also, so you could, of course, equip all of your trains with the modules that are coming for those, but that just seems like a lot of work every time you put down a train. You also have to have stuff in your inventory to fill it with. And yeah, the thing about having it in your inventory is what annoys me there. So that's also almost nice. But yeah, so the fuel stuff I found a bit confusing. These fuel types, I mean. The uranium fuel cells, DT fuel cells, and antimatter fuel cells, I like, honestly. As soon as you start getting into it, it's not that bad. And the matter I like. It wasn't at all overwhelming when I got to it, so that was nice. I know that I'm not making the meta blocks or whatever they're called, but that just seems like something that's not very necessary, and it consumes charged meta stabilizers, which I don't like, honestly, otherwise I would have done it. But yeah. Also, there were these enriched base resources, copper and iron, that I didn't look into. That's mainly because you can always just make another outpost to get in the plate. Of course, if you wanted, maybe this can be more space efficient, but it's just so much easier to just make another outpost, bring in one train with more stuff, or add another train. So yeah, I didn't do that. Maybe we should have looked into that, but I was too lazy. Sorry about that. Obviously, there was also these advanced things that I only just thought about with the furnaces at the end, but when you have to replace everything to make use of them, then I don't think it's as useful, even if they are faster and can have more modules. But of course, for big endgame builds, then I guess they're awesome. More productivity is always nice. Yeah. The roboports is a nice touch as well. That you can trade having a very large roboport for a very large coverage. Maybe this is even a bit too large, to be honest. That might be. And also the small roboports, I guess, just because they fit into smaller spaces. I'm only really using those because the large roboports can't accommodate that many robots at the same time. So when you don't have a lot of those, you will need something else to make up for that, I guess. Mm. Anything else? Balancing the stone usage, I guess, was fun. All of the sand stuff, and you need stone. It's nice to have uses for stone for first. Oh, that's the first point. And then you need to balance all of that for both components and glass and hydrogen chloride, I think. Lots of components. Yeah, hydrogen chloride. And the immersite that you get sand from that suddenly. That's a nice boost that you can start using that again. Of that sand instead of crushing your own stone. Oh, we actually backed up here, it seems. Nice. How come we get... Well, I guess we don't really have more throughput of this anyway, it's just that probably the same amount as getting through there, so okay. But yeah, this is fun to play with. I guess I would have liked these to be 3x3 entities just because then it fits into narrower builds, but whatever. It's not really important. Let's just run along here, see if there's anything. What is also always fun to have implemented into your automation, even if you always need very large builds to produce it. But that just makes sense, I guess. Anything else? Not really. Of course, the two added build types is also always nice to have faster builds. And they scale up like all of the other streams. So 15, 30, 45, 60, 75? No, 90. Okay, so it's a 50% increase. So it's 3 red build. Or a red build and a green build, okay. But yeah, more builds also always nice. And I guess that's all. I like this mod. I might play with it again in the future. That depends if I have a hard time finding anything else to base a series on, I guess. But yeah, I liked it, of course, indeed, a lot. We'll see if I use it. I'm not sure how well it works together with other mods. And just playing this one mod again is maybe not that interesting. Unless we do something like the big bus build with it, but I feel like we already sort of did that. So yeah, I guess that's it. Thank you all for joining me, and I guess I'll see you in some other series at some point, I hope. Bye.